Hi, it's Megan. My makeup goal for 2016 is to get almost exclusively limited edition items, and so far this year started with quite a bang. So I have the other of the two Dior Skin Nude Air Glowing Gardens Illuminating powders, and this one is in glowing pink. So these are $58 for 0.21 ounce. And I will put a link to my video review to the glowing nude in the description to this video. So if you watch the glowing nude, I liked it. It's beautiful, but I thought it was a little bit too close to a dupe for Becca's Opal, which is not the best on me. It's a little bit warm and undertoned. So I was curious about the pink, and I almost didn't get the pink until viewer said, no, you have to get the pink. This one's really gorgeous. So this is what it looks like. And right now, this is sold out so fast. So right now, as I'm shooting the video, the best place to get this today is Macy's, but that might not continue. And the pink is not on all of the websites that carry this particular item. For example, it's not on Sephora, it's not on Dior at this point, so I don't know if they're gonna make more available, but it's still available some places. So it comes like this. And one of my complaints to Dior, if anyone from Dior ever sees this, don't put these in here. I don't want them. They are better than a lot of brushes that come with makeup, but they're almost impossible to store. They're not that great. They're not wonderful to apply. Don't want to pay for them. But this is really pretty. So you open it up, and that's what it looks like. So I think personally it looks less pink in person, and I'd seen a couple pictures where people had put a photo of the one they had, and sometimes it looked nude and sometimes it looked pink and sometimes it looked, so online I felt like it looked all different colors. But I thought it looked pinker in the promotional pictures than it looks when it arrives. So these are the two. This is the pink and this is the nude. So I'm going to swatch them. The pink. And just to cut to the chase, I do like the pink a lot better than the nude. These will never show up super great. So there's the pink and the nude. And of course, it's almost a shame to use these because they're so pretty with the embossing. And this is the Glowing Gardens collection. So there's the nude. And I have swatches, outdoor swatches of the pink for this video. And then I have swatches, outdoor swatches of the nude for the other video. So the formulas between the two is very, very similar. But, and this is where I'm going to bring in a third product in a second, I feel like the pink is slightly more finely milled. Probably isn't in the actual product itself, but just how it looks on. To me, it looks a little bit more finely milled. It's like the Becca is slightly more metallic and less finely milled than the nude of the Dior. And then you go along the spectrum, and the pink in the Dior looks metallic-ish, but maybe slightly less harshly metallic, if that makes sense, and slightly more finely milled. And I think those are related, right? The more finely milled it is, the less metallic it can very often look because it's just a softer look when you put it on. So that's how I feel about the pink. So there it is. And my last product I'm going to bring in, I don't usually bring in like 50 products per review, but when I saw the nude, I was like, Becca Opal, Becca Opal. When I saw the pink, I was like, oh, Chanel Camellia de Plumes. And mine is falling apart a little, so this is going to be just a partial. But the colors are very different, but the formula is actually very similar, in my opinion, to the Dior pink. And also the nude, but like I said, there's that spectrum. So let me show you this one. The color is obviously very different, but it has that same finely milled, softly metallic shimmer that ends up looking less harsh than some metallics and just looks really softly flattering, beautiful, gorgeous, illuminating, glowing. It's a nice one. So what I have done, and the color of the, if we're going to look through them, if we look at the nude, to me that's kind of like a golden, maybe with a little peach undertone. The pink is like a golden pink, which makes it look a little peachy. which is why it doesn't look fully pink to me, but it definitely has a little white base, a little white undertone. Definitely a lot cooler, but it's not super cool. It is a cool highlighter, but barely. And then the Camellia de Plumes has that gold white thing without the pink, and that is again kind of that borderline between cool and neutral. So I use a brush like this, and what I did is I dotted, and then I dot right under my eyes on top of the brow bone, cheekbone, and then I do under the brow bone, and then I used a liner just to line as well. I put it on my eyelids just since this is a video review for this particular product, and I do wear these illuminating powders, highlighters on my eyes a lot instead of eyeshadow when I'm in a hurry, and then I dotted here, dotted here, dotted here. It wears about 8+ hours on me. It's a very soft sheen, very glowy, illuminating, as opposed to kind of some of the chunkier, harsher types of products. And what gets me excited about this one is I feel like there aren't enough cool highlighters out there, and a lot of the gold warm tone ones really don't work on all complexions and can be just, I don't know, gold is not a color that naturally occurs on our face. So in the summertime when you're tan, I kind of like it, but it's not my favorite. So what else did I put? It's got a luminous sheen. Oh, it also is, someone told me on a blog or a beauty board that this is very similar to some Guerlain limited edition releases, especially from Asia, in formula, not necessarily color. So it's very smooth, finely milled, very blendable. It doesn't break. And it doesn't really emphasize pores unless you apply it really heavily. When you get super metallic, you can start emphasizing pores on your face if you have that issue. But this, I felt like it's got that finely milled metallic thing going on, so it really doesn't unless you build up a lot. And I think it's a very versatile color because it does have that slight bit of warmth to the coolness. So I actually really like this one. I do like it a lot more than I like the nude, honestly. Same formula basically, but somehow in this shade it's just a lot more special and different and unusual. And I also think it's more flattering for a lot of different types of people because it kind of fits more skin tones, in my opinion. And I think that's all I have to say about it. Get it while you can, because it is a limited edition, which is kind of what qualifies in my only buying limited editions. And I think that's all I have to say about it. Please subscribe on YouTube, and thanks for watching.